Next Generation Weather Forecaster Joe Shock here from YouTube and Patreon.com. We're going to be taking a look today at our overall tropical update over the next few weeks. So today's video will be public on the YouTube channel, Shocker Joe 2. So we have a lot of fun things going on here with the tropics. So this is the new MJO chart from the Climate Prediction Center. As you can see, we are now in phase 7. We're going to be quickly going into phase 8, 1, and 2. And that is going to be a big problem. And you'll see why in today's video. And that's pretty much the core part of the video today. This rotation into the MJO is going to set up multiple problems. So here we are in the MJO phase 8. You can see phase 8 and 1 favoring the Central Caribbean up the East Coast. Phase 2 and 3, same thing, up the East Coast with U.S. impacts, very likely when you're in those phases. It doesn't mean it has to happen, but it certainly favors the chances of that happening. Now, MJO, phase 8, 1, 2. Here is an area of interest coming into the favorable phases of the MJO, along with the upper motion, which you'll see from the JMA. So this is a 90% chance. This is probably going to be a named storm by the end of the weekend, in my opinion. Now, what's going to happen is, it's going to come west, and then some funky things are going to go on, which you see here in the GFS ensemble. This thing's going to come west, come around here. Part of it, now this is going to be maybe a split situation. I'm trying to figure it out. So what may happen is, the next one is ETA, ETA, comes in to these countries down and through here, around Honduras. A part of it may split off, head inland, come out into the East Pacific, give the East Pac another storm, and then the energy that's down here continues to manifest itself, redevelops, and then starts tracking northward. Now, I don't know if you're going to get these wild tracks that you see here that, pull a sandy-like track, especially this member here, but this kind of a left turn into the southeast U.S. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I know that this system is going to propagate north. Whether it's ETA or whether it gets another name, which is going to be Theta, there will be a system coming northward in about days 7 to 11, interacting with Cuba and the Bahamas in about 10 days. I would expect something to be in this area by next weekend, end of the week after. So you can see what the GFS ensemble looks like there. European ensemble, again, same thing to day 10. You can see how part of it may make it through, come out the other side, and then another part starts developing and is playing around in the Southern Caribbean as we get out here, to about day 10. And I believe I put on good, I did put on the heights here. Okay, this is actually the surface pressure. He also has the heights as well. But there's going to be a trough digging in to the plains around day 10 to 15, and there's going to be some large-scale ridging over the northeast. So that is the ridge over troubled water kind of pattern that is going to be developing here. So we're going to have to see how this thing gets steered down the road. Maybe it's a Gulf threat, or maybe it's an East Coast, all the way up the East Coast, depending on the steering features at that time. But an interesting look. No question about it, because it could become a major impact situation. So this week, the upper motion from the Japanese, you can see the upper motion over parts of Central America. You can see the enhanced rainfall going into the Pacific. So it looks like the Japanese sees 2 tropical cyclones here. You can see one down here and then the other one taking off to the northeast here. But overall, a favorable pattern. Again, there's that ridge over troubled water. Week 2 looks like this. Strong upper motion continues. You can see the enhancement in the Caribbean and along the East Coast. So that's a very interesting precipitation look. Here's the pattern at 500. There's that ridge over troubled water. So this could be a real problem, again, going down the road. Now, here we go. Now, European. These are from the weeklies. This is the accumulated cyclone energy. This is week 1. You can see it definitely sees the system here. We have the big system in the west and in the West Pac heading in to the Philippines over the next few days. So you can see the ACE enhancement there, and you can see the enhancement in the Eastern Pacific with that system that's going to be coming across. But again, the Atlantic Basin quite active week 1. Now week 2, holy smokes! Look at that, the highest anomaly on the planet potentially. That is a pretty big deal. But you can see what it looks like there. Average is 1, and you have an ACE of 5.2. That's a pretty big deal. And again, this is days 12 to 18, and there might be another one coming along too. So we may have very possibly at least 2, if not 3 named storms by mid-November developing in the Atlantic Basin. Just incredible stuff going on. But again, You can see the ACE is quite high, days 12 to 18. Precipitation, you can see loading up here in the Central Caribbean. You can see the threat of man. You can see a few members taking it out. And then you can see week 2 again, loading up still. And then some enhancement here along the East Coast, days 12 to 18, as the ensembles try to figure out where this thing is going to end up in the longer term. Ocean temperatures, of course, boiling away. There's the La Nina that's going on. There's the Atlantic on fire, and the rest of the planet almost pretty much on fire. So ocean temperatures, like we saw with Zeta this past week, this is ocean temperatures are not going to be a problem for development. So extremely favorable going down the road here through, I would say, the end of November. And again, you can see that they're highlighting the Central Caribbean for favorable conditions, and then elsewhere in the subtropics. And these waves that are coming across, this wave that's actually in here now, came off of Africa about a week ago, but they won't develop in the MDR until they get into, in close to land masses, given the overall, again, the upward motion pattern and the time of the year it is. Better dynamics sit in the western part of the basin this time of year, so we do expect this for development. So an interesting situation ahead over the next couple of weeks, and again, we are not done by any means with the Atlantic hurricane season. That's it for now, and thank you for watching.